Hi. Well, I'm pregnant. Yay! And I've been posting little pregnancy blurbs on my page, giving you guys a week by week update of where I am in my pregnancy. And I decided to finally do a video. I'm at 19 weeks, and so hopefully I'm about halfway there. And the women in my family tend to deliver early, and I may have to do a C-section anyway just because of pre-existing health issues. So I'm hoping that I'm halfway there. Being pregnant it sucks. I don't know what people have heard, and I hadn't really heard that much before I got pregnant. Maybe half my friends have kids, and I don't know whether I didn't ask them, or maybe they didn't tell me, or maybe their pregnancies went well. But I truly did not know what to expect, and it's been a lot more intense than I expected. The one thing that I did expect that I do have is body image issues and feeling fat. I knew I was going to have that, and I do have that. Actually, it's not quite as bad as I thought it would be, because I don't know, now that I know I'm having a child and it's healthy and everything, I kind of feel like I can give myself a little slack because there is a kid in there. But I feel fat, and I can't wear tight jeans and a tight t-shirt anymore because that would look ridiculous. So, well, I just wanted to make a blog about this, and there's so much to talk about. I wasn't really sure what to talk about today. So I think I'm just going to talk about what it was like to find out that I was pregnant. And that was back in late December, I guess, maybe early January. I'm not even sure when I found out. I'm itching. This is a side effect of pregnancy. All my skin itches all the time. And then you scratch it and it doesn't go away. So some kind of allergy issue related to your liver. So finding out that I was pregnant, I wasn't really sure that I was even going to have a kid. We didn't really try very hard at all. And so I was just waiting for my PMS to die down, and I was just thinking, man, my cycle's really long. And I thought, well, I better just take a pregnancy test, because I had some. And I really thought that if I took a pregnancy test, it would kind of like reset my body and make me relax. But instead, that little bugger came back like this. And it really wasn't like that. It was more like, it was a really, really thin line at first. It's more like this. Yeah, it was more like that at first. Because the pregnancy hormones are so light, and so the test comes back, and it definitely looks positive, but it's so thin that it's hard to trust it. So I took a second one, and then a lucky thing happened, which was my sister was in town. And she's only in town maybe once or twice a year. My sister was in town the 2 days when I found out that I was pregnant, and so she came over, and I had her take a look at the tests, and she didn't even know what I was asking her, and she didn't even recognize that they were pregnancy tests. And she said, "Oh, what are these?" And then she looked at it, and so anyway, we had a good laugh, and we went out and we bought more pregnancy tests. And I came home and took a third one, and it was totally vague, just like the first two. And then my friend told me, you have to wait a couple more days, and the hormone level will increase, and the result will be stronger. And so I did that. I took one a couple days later, and one a couple days after that, and by then the plus was bright blue. So that is how I found out that I was pregnant. And I think I emailed my husband, but he says that I called him. I think I called him, and then I hung up on him, and then I emailed him and told him, because I was just in such shock. And he came home. I think he came home within an hour, which is unusual for him, and brought me flowers, and he was very cute. He was treating it as though it were romantic, and I just don't think it's romantic. I think it's a hassle. I mean, he's very excited. He's probably slightly more excited than I am. Yeah, so that was finding out about being pregnant. And then in terms of how did I feel, immediately, I felt pregnant immediately. I got nauseated immediately, within a day or two of finding out. And I did not think I was going to be a candidate for nausea. I figured Now, I never get nauseated. I haven't thrown up in 10 or 20 years. I don't get sick on boats. I didn't get sick in Hawaii. I'm just not going to get nauseated. And I figured, you know, it probably only happens to a few people anyway. All right, so I've been nauseated chronically every day since then. It's been 19 weeks. Yeah, nauseated every day. I didn't start vomiting until the 12th or 13th week, which was odd. And I think that had to do with the fact that by the 12th or 13th week, your stomach grows. Well, you know, the baby grows, and then it grows up into your stomach. And so it pushes your little stomach sac like into this. And so it's just really, you know, I think the tendency is probably more often to throw up than not. I would think if there's no space in there and it's constantly being, you know, pushed and morphed out of alignment. Anyway, it seems rational to me that people would throw up. But pregnancy throwing up is intense because you empty out and you throw up like 6, 7, 8 times. It's very violent. And then you still feel sick afterwards. You don't feel any better. It's not like, oh, relief to get that food out. No, the nausea is still there. So yeah, it's rough. I don't know how women do this over and over again. Swollen was another symptom that I have. I got swollen immediately. It looked like to me 5 to 8 pounds of water weight, all in my upper stomach, all above my belly button, not lower, not where the baby was, all upper, and then my chest, and my undergarments became too small. Within 2 weeks, I had to order new undergarments. And I hadn't even put any weight on. In fact, I was losing weight at that point. But my chest was growing. And it's not comfortable. It sounds like, oh, you know, that's what every woman wants. It's not, because you don't want to grow out of your clothes and have to buy new ones, and it hurts, you know. It's harder to breathe, and so yeah. So those have been like my main symptoms. Oh yeah, and then of course the first trimester, not being able to get out of bed. I would just get up, and we would just hang out together for like 8 hours during the day. And then my husband would come home and say,
oh, do you want food? And I would say no. No. Oh, okay, my virus scan is updating, so it's going to make this nice noise during the video. I think I'm just going to stop.